Coming in from St. Louis, Missouri, the TKBL podcast.
That should be our intro. I'm gonna keep that as our intro. All right.
That would be very, very
Fire.
fire.
Welcome back to the Kickback Lounge podcast.
What's going on, man?
I am your host, Drew Young. I'm here with some co-hosts today.
Yes, we
in
are.
the building. Here to my right, Kenny Brown.
Hello, hello, hello. We in the building.
Yes, you can find him on Instagram at
Kenny__Lee.
Here. And then we got Max Churioff in the building.
Hola, ¿cómo estás, señores?
And you can find him at...
Max Choriev.
How do you spell that?
MaxChoriev.
All right, you spelled it right?
I hope so. I hope so.
Then we got Sean Stanley in the building.
What's happening, guys?
And you can find him at
Sean Stanley 14, I believe. I can't remember.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Let's get right into the podcast today.
Let's do it.
Speaking of Instagrams, the other day, I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but Instagram and Facebook were down completely, globally, worldwide,
And WhatsApp too, bro.
and WhatsApp,
Yes, sir.
which I guess that matters for some people.
I mean, to be honest with you, so I really didn't even notice, but I still find it strange that Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, all these platforms kind of went down at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Was there an update? Was there something going on system-wise?
No, I don't think it was an update because I think it was like a hacking thing.
Oh.
That's what I would assume because like one, they didn't announce it, not to my knowledge.
Could you just imagine all that personal information getting leaked out? Like, that is insane.
Yeah, I can. I can.
So I read about it a little bit. So it wasn't actually hacking. I don't know what they said. They said that it was an update. Something with something gate that they were updating and it got, I guess, some kind of bug or something. And just messed up it just created a whole wave of yeah.
Okay.
Created a whole wave of just like
Crashes.
yeah. And so it took them about 6 hours to get it fixed.
Mm-hmm.
But
6 hours. It felt like the whole day.
no, they
Because like for me,
it was like 11:40 on when I was reading it. They said 11:40.
yeah.
They made announcement that those issues got happening.
Uh-huh.
They're around six, close to 7 o'clock, 6:55 or something like that. This is Eastern time, so
Yeah.
they said it's back on.
Mm-hmm.
So everything looked good. It was like about 6 hours, 6-7 hours, something like that.
Yeah, because when I woke up, I tried to get on it, which like fucking force a habit type thing, and it wasn't working. So that's why I said that. But I probably got up at like 11 or something. But yeah, is it a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what does that say about the state of security as far as like our online privacy and like our online, like if it's that easily, it can just go down like that. You know what I mean? Like what does that say for the future of social media, the future of the internet? Like if we can't contain this information,
It shows that it's a fragile environment. Like it's new. The internet is new.
Very new.
Everything is changing every day. But
Yeah.
I'm thinking more in the perspective of like how needy people are for their phones or social media outlets and stuff like that, and then they were cut off without reason or explanation really for 6 hours. It kind of is like a force off of the app or the use.
Yeah, I would say that like maybe if iMessage had been included in that, like that's probably like 80% of communication. Maybe in America at least. Yeah. Like that's 80% of communication. Easily. Outside of like emails.
Yeah, easily.
And shit like that. Like
dude,
Twitter was the only one that like stayed up. I guess because they're not owned by Facebook, right?
No, they're not owned, but it's like a co-company kind of like how Snapchat is with Twitter.
Mm-hmm. And because Snapchat didn't go down either.
No. So that's what they're separate companies, but they I think they're co-owned by Instagram, something like that. Like it's something like that. I don't know. But yeah, that so is insane.
Is WhatsApp what Android users use for texting?
Yeah, it's text and call. You can do text and call.
That's crazy, because imagine if your texting and calling was just down.
Do you remember Kick?
Yeah.
It's that same shit.
What WhatsApp is?
Basically.
Yeah.
You guys remember Kick?
But like
back
they
in the day,
use,
bro.
if they use it as their main source of like sending messages,
Yeah.
that's kind of crazy. Like
It's
if that,
insane.
imagine that just like shut down.
Is that like a loophole for like if you're on a data plan, you can only have so many minutes or text messages? If you use the app, would it not count?
I think it's standard, like how iMessage is for like iPhones. You know?
Because you have the Messenger app, right?
Yeah.
So you can literally call people right there on the phone, and it doesn't do anything for your bill. It's just you're using your data, or you're using like Wi-Fi. So it's basically like free fucking calling. But I saw something that they're trying to like actually start to tax that kind of stuff.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Dude, it's insane. They're
You're
starting
gonna have to watch an advertisement before you make a call.
Well, no, they actually said that like things like Cash App and Venmo, they're gonna start taxing that. Like you have to start putting that stuff like on your taxes and doing W-2s for it.
It is a transfer of money.
Yeah, and so people are arguing the fact that like it's an independent platform, so you can't really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't really put a tax on it if I'm giving you $5 right now and you give me $5 back or something. Like how do you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. So exactly. it's just that I don't think that they can tax that, but they're trying to push that agenda.
They definitely will because they tax like stuff like crypto.
Yeah.
I am your host, Drew Young. I'm here with some co-hosts today.
Yes, we
in
are.
the building. Here to my right, Kenny Brown.
Hello. We in the building.
Yes, you can find him on Instagram at
Kenny__Lee.
You hear it? And then we got Max Churioff in the building.
Hola, ¿cómo estás, señores?
And you can find him at
Max Choriev.
How do you spell that?
MaxChoriev.
Alright, you spelled it right?
I hope so. I hope so.
And then we got Sean Stanley in the building.
Me llamo es Sean.
Don't do that. Don't do that. We got Sean Stanley in the building.
What's happening, guys?
And you can find him at
Sean Stanley 14, I believe. I can't remember.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Let's get right into the podcast today.
Let's do it.
Been a minute. So, speaking of Instagrams, this beat is picking up at a dramatic rate, and it makes whatever I say sound urgent as fuck. So, we're gonna go ahead.
We cannot slow down. We are only speeding up.
Jesus Christ.
I hope everyone did their Adderall before listening.
Rapid rates of information coming to you live.
I'm gonna go back. Boom. So let's start off the podcast today. Speaking of Instagrams, the other day, I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but Instagram and Facebook were down completely, globally, worldwide.
And WhatsApp too, bro.
And WhatsApp.
Yes, sir.
Which I guess that matters for some people.
I mean, to be honest with you, I didn't even notice. I did notice Instagram, it wasn't loading, but like, what the fuck?
Hold on one sec. I gotta turn you up a little bit.
Okay.
So say
Right
that one
there.
more time. So,
Yeah, so I mean, I really didn't even notice, but I still find it strange that Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, all these platforms kind of went down at the same time. Was there an update? Was there something going on system-wise?
No, I don't think it was an update because I think it was like a hacking thing.
Oh.
That's what I would assume. Because, like, one, they didn't announce it. Not to my knowledge.
Could
at
you
least.
just imagine all that personal information getting leaked out? Like, that is insane.
Yeah, I can. I can.
Hey, can you turn the music down a little bit? Just a little bit. But yeah, back to what I was saying. So I read about it a little bit. So it wasn't actually hacking. I don't know what they said. They said that it was an update. Something with something gate that they were updating and it got some kind of bug or something. And it just messed up the whole. It just created a whole wave of. Yeah.
Okay.
Creates a whole wave to just like
Crashes.
Yeah, and so it took them about 6 hours to get it fixed. But
6 hours. It felt like the whole day.
no, they
Because, like, for me.
it was like 11:40 on when I was reading it. They said 11:40.
Yeah.
They made an announcement that those issues got happening. They're around 6, close to 7 o'clock, 6:55 or something like that. This is Eastern time, so
Yeah.
they said it's back on. So everything looked good. It was like about 6 hours, 6-7 hours, something like that.
Yeah, because when I woke up, I tried to get on it, which, like, fucking force a habit type thing, and it wasn't working, so that's why I said that. But I probably got up at like 11 or something. But Yeah, is it a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what does that say about the state of security as far as like our online privacy and like our online like if it's that easily, it can just go down like that. You know what I mean? Like what does that say for the future of social media, the future of the internet? Like if we can't contain this information,
it shows that it's a fragile environment. Like it's new. The internet is new,
very new.
Everything is changing every day. But I'm thinking more in the perspective of like how needy people are for their phones or social media outlets and stuff like that, and then they were cut off without reason or explanation really for 6 hours. It kind of is like a force off of the app or the use.
I would say that like maybe if iMessage had been included in that, like that's probably like 80% of communication. Maybe in America at least. Yeah. Like that's 80% of communication. Easily. Outside of like emails.
Yeah, easily.
And shit like that. Like
dude,
Twitter was the only one that like stayed up. I guess because they're not owned by Facebook, right?
No, they're not owned, but it's like a co-company kind of like how Snapchat is with Twitter.
Mm-hmm. And because Snapchat didn't go down either.
No. So that's what they're separate companies, but they I think they're co-owned by Instagram, something like that. Like it's something like that. I don't know. But yeah, that I mean, so is insane. Is
WhatsApp what Android users use for texting?
Yeah, it's text and call. You can do text.
That's
and call.
crazy. Because imagine if your texting and calling was just down.
Do you remember Kick?
Yeah,
it's that same shit.
What WhatsApp is?
Basically.
Yeah.
You guys remember Kick?
But like
back in the day, bro.
If they use it as their main source of like sending messages, that's kind of crazy. Like
it's insane.
Imagine that just like shut down.
Is that like a loophole for like if you're on a data plan, you can only have so many minutes or text messages? If you use the app, would it not count?
I think it's standard, like how iMessage is for like iPhones. You know.
Because you have the Messenger app, right?
Yeah.
So you can literally call people right there on the phone, and it doesn't do anything for your bill. It's just you're using your data. Or you're using like Wi-Fi. So it's basically like free fucking calling. But I saw something that they're trying to like actually start to tax that kind of stuff.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Dude, it's insane. They started.
You're gonna have to watch an advertisement before you make a call.
Well, no, they actually said that like things like Cash App and Venmo, they're gonna start taxing that. Like you have to start putting that stuff like on your taxes and doing W-2s for it.
It is a transfer of money.
Yeah, and so people are arguing the fact that like it's an independent platform, so you can't really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't really put a tax on it if I'm giving you $5 right now and you give me $5 back or something. Like how do you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. So it's just that I don't think that they can tax that, but they're trying to push that agenda.
They definitely will because they tax like stuff like crypto. Yeah. And just income earning. Speaking of crypto though,
yes.
Did you see that what China did? They banned.
They banned it.
Yeah.
All cryptocurrency.
That's gonna
really,
and a lot of the stocks dropped from that. And like honestly, that's insane if you think about it. That's the future of. That was where we were headed with like this whole thing with the market and like.
Yeah.
This generation's way of making like our form of like profit would have been that because a lot of the boomer generation like invest in like things like hard stocks like fucking oil, shit like that,
or blue chip stocks. Like
yeah, just bullshit.
Good quality stocks.
Fucking Coca-Cola. I mean, it's quality stocks that's gonna gain the money over time and dividends and stuff like that. I mean, it's just
hedge funds.
Hedge funds, yeah.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
The thing is with those stocks, bro, like those stocks you need. Like you know what I'm saying? Like food, like if you invest in food, medicine, those things you need. If you have a living like beating heart, you need those things, to survive. So those are like needs, like so those are like if you invest in it, I'd say it's a good investment. Yeah.
You could argue that. For sure.
Compared to like crypto.
Yeah, I mean
crypto
it's
just super volatile.
Yeah, so I mean crypto can change. That's the thing, bro. Like I mean it's a lot of cryptos like trash. To be honest, they're trash. They don't really have a use for it other than the value we give it to it, Yeah. But
the exclusivity value.
Yeah. Like some of them do have like purpose, like Ethereum. You can actually build shit off the Ethereum.
Same with like Bitcoin now and stuff. Like people use it as you can transfer and actually buy things with it.
But the China thing, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like, dude, here's the thing. China's weird, bro. Like they're trying to do their own shit. They're trying to be a powerhouse.
Yeah. Is that a good thing or a bad thing that they banned crypto though? You think?
See, the problem with that is, I don't know, dude. China's trying to be their own thing. Like they want to have everything independent, you know.
Mm-hmm.
With them
well,
banning the crypto.
they said part of the reason they banned it is because like money laundering and stuff like that, which definitely happens, and like people hack other people's Bitcoin.
You know, what I'm saying is like, yeah, that you can money launder, but China's like they might ban it now, but I feel like they're gonna unban it. Why? Because China likes to be the first one or the best, you know. So if other countries are doing it, doing cryptocurrency, they're gonna be like, all right, we need to bring it back, but we need to do better.
Some of the biggest buying power in like the world because they got over 1 billion people, like, you know. So they can literally, if they don't want something to grow, they can be like, well, we're gonna ban it. So like it's not like that's a massive hit for crypto.
It is. I mean, the stocks dropped.
Here, go ahead, talking to the mic.
The stocks dropped that day, like instantly when that news hit. You know, and it's like it's a shame because it's like crypto was taking off and it still is. It's going to. I don't think that any other like country is going to start to do that. I think that they're going to definitely be the only one because I mean, come on,
to do what?
To ban crypto? You think other countries are going to do that?
No, they're banning it temporarily, in my opinion.
Only I feel like only if they can't regulate it because they're trying to regulate crypto.
They're gonna once they start, like, here's the thing: like China has their own, like, you know, when like America and other countries start doing their own thing, China copies them.
What do you mean?
Like Facebook, right? Or Instagram or whatever. They have their own version there. They just copy and just make their own little style, own little thing. So they're probably gonna do the same thing with cryptocurrency. They're just banning it because they can't control it. You know, it's hard to control it. Yeah. You know, but once they have learned how to control it, they're gonna bring it back.
Yeah.
They're gonna bring it back.
Could be.
You know, that's how China is, bro. Like they want to be ahead of like all the nations.
Totalitarian.
Yeah.
Well,
just like to flex the muscle. You know, I mean, I understand. I hate on them, but.
So reverting back to the Facebook situation, did you guys see that also following Mark Zuckerberg also lost $7.7 billion
I heard.
in profit like that same day?
Yeah, that's probably nothing for him though.
I mean, it's probably just it's stocks. I mean, it's nothing that's gonna affect his wealth overall. Like, it's not his direct hit.
And
like,
they were saying it was his net worth. Like,
yeah, like no.
Like how? So you're
telling me they took the money out of his savings? Like, get the fuck out of here.
No, his like net worth. Like,
how
much
did he lose the money?
It'd be through his wealth of the company, so it'd probably be like through the stocks.
But that doesn't mean it can't go back up. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So the stocks dropped that significantly in one day?
Yes.
Yeah. But it'll probably like pop up again.
Yeah, well, it's Facebook, bro. It's
Facebook.
That's the biggest platform, social media platform of all time, and it will always be
of
that
all
way.
time.
Of all time, currently,
Facebook?
and it always has been. Yes.
You don't think Instagram?
MySpace. Instagram. No.
I mean, yeah, it's on
OnlyFans.
Facebook has been around since what?
2008.
Yeah, like come on. And it's just
Twitter.
It's done nothing but evolve.
Twitter's pretty good.
2012. That's when Twitter came out.
Which platform do you think has grown the fastest?
Facebook still.
I'd say TikTok.
Dude, just think of
But like that's a different type
guys.
of media.
Just think about the things you can do on Facebook.
YouTube?
Like, just think of the things you can do.
YouTube has to have some of the most, dude. Because a lot of people go on YouTube who don't even have an account and they just like watch shit.
The only company I could say that argues social media wise with that is Google, and that's not even a social media account.
I think YouTube's more just media, just pure media, rather than social media. Because like social
they got
is like
comments
interaction,
comment sections and stuff.
They do, but
look,
and they have polls now and tallies and stuff like that.
The most dangerous platform, more than Facebook, more than Amazon, it's Google, bro. It's Google. I'm on a day-to-day They have their hands on every single thing you can think of.
Yeah, but
music, movies, social media, dude, everything, like finance, like, dude, anything you can think of, they have their hands on. They're touching it, bro.
So I would say, like, I was watching this podcast. They were talking about just like social medias in general. I would say worse for society. Like, obviously you have all the data. I feel like you can only do so much with data, though. You know what I mean?
No, dude, with data?
No, listen. Like, you can track everybody's movements, see what they want to buy, see what they, like, how they move, blah, blah, blah. and like make money off that, off like predictions and statistics. But like at the end of the day, like social media in terms of like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, it can literally shift society's like morale or like morals, because like they can block certain things to where like you can't even get exposed to certain like messages or like certain ways of thinking,
bro.
Like they can literally block it. Google really doesn't do that too much.
Yeah, they don't need to. If they want to do, they have way more influence than Facebook or Twitter or anything, bro.
I don't know, man.
Dude, yeah, bro.
Because like they can literally shift. This is what they were talking about. Like sitting U.S. president, they fucking banned him off like Twitter. Like I get kind of like why they did it, but like still at the same time, like
it doesn't mean
you're
anything.
just cutting off communication.
I mean,
like,
at the end of the day, it doesn't mean anything. Think of it this way: what if Google had banned Trump off of Google?
it'd be insane.
Yeah, you wouldn't be
But
able
they
to
don't
find
do
them
that.
at
That's the
all.
thing. That's
you
why
you wouldn't be able to find them unless you go to something like Bing. Like
This is the thing. Social media is actually doing it. Like they're actually banning people. Like
it
Google's
doesn't
not really
it doesn't
like
mean
banning
anything
people.
though. It's like
it does.
You can still find that person. You can still contact that person. You can still
Not-
get all the
it's not
information
the
you
same.
can get on Instagram.
Bro, it's not this.
You
No,
can,
like
you can even get the
what I'm
Instagram
saying,
pictures on Google.
they would ban like everybody off that, or they would ban you off every platform. Like what would
okay.
be worse? I'm saying if they banned you off Facebook
I see what
and
you're saying.
Instagram and Twitter,
Yeah, I
it'd
see
be
what you're
worse
saying.
than if they banned you off Google. But I actually don't know.
It's just, well, the thing is, it's like it takes away your it takes away your business. It takes away those kind of things, your social aspects of communication. But as far as people finding out where you are, where you live, if they need to know, see you, see what you look like, I just think that those kind of search engines are like the ones that are gonna last the longer than platforms. So like
for sure,
platforms, I see platforms going extinct. If you ask me,
social media platforms.
oh, of course. It's gonna be, because think of it this way, boys. Like we literally lived through an era where we didn't have a lot of this shit.
Do you see
Now we have it and it's accustomed. But
could see-
could you see us without it as
I
well?
could see that
At
like,
some point.
I
or
could see
something
it
different.
because of like regulation. I think it would have to be
Exactly.
some regulation to where they would see like, oh, these tools are too dangerous
Exactly.
for human society. So like, we can't have.
Let's switch it up.
Look,
Yeah.
look. What I'm saying is,
Shift the agenda.
Google have so much information, bro. It's ridiculous. They have a fucking.
But it's technically not Google having the information. It's other platforms having that information.
Yeah, but
It's
if they
just-
all come to Google, Google has access to them. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like I use Bing. You know,
Google
but
has all the day-to-day basic information.
Yeah, dude.
All the real information
They
is
attach
tucked
it-
away
no,
in the
they-
government
they
and
attach it.
secret libraries.
They
bro.
attach it. What do you mean?
they attach it. So like, say I look up like Forrest Gump, and I want to find all the information on Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
They're just giving me links to go find the information.
Yeah, but what if
At the
they
end of the
change the links up to they direct you where you're going to look it up? Okay, look,
I don't even use Google.
Facebook, look, Facebook
Yeah.
has influence, right?
Uh-huh.
Facebook have like, yeah, you can influence somebody with it. But Google, it's like this. Look, imagine a human, right? Like Facebook is the mouth of the human, but the Google is like the throat. Like you
This
know,
is-
like you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, they have their hands on finance.
Yeah.
They have their hands on everything, bro.
Google
You
would
know
be
what
the
I'm saying?
brain.
Like,
I agree.
Google would be the brain of that.
Yeah,
If
dude,
that's
like-
if that's
You gotta
the-
talk into the mic.
I was gonna say just Google would be the brain if that's the analogy. Like,
But like-
Facebook would be the mouth. I would say Google would be the brain, keeping all the information, keeping all those things pumping.
They don't have the information. That's the thing. They're just linking you to the information.
They store it.
So like,
You best believe they store that shit
no, I
somewhere.
mean
man.
like if you looking up links or like you're trying to find something
Yeah.
or like a website or you're trying to buy like clothes,
Like cookies.
they're just linking you to the thing. Like another website could come along. If Google started banning you from that, I think people would use a different platform to where they could use like Bing.
Well, that's
Like,
interesting. So,
but if it's like social media like Instagram, Facebook, and they start banning you, you don't really have options, bro.
but what
You
do
don't
you do
have
when
options to be like, oh, I'm getting off Facebook and going to, you know what I mean?
I'll give you that one, but I'm saying like, what would you do like if search engines started to do the ban?
What?
Like, what if search engines started to ban?
That's what I'm saying. I feel like people would be like, well, if they're gonna, they would have to notice it first. It can't be like a shadow ban.
Right.
They would have to like notice like you can't look this up. Like then people would just switch. Like
Because I mean that shit happens.
yeah,
It happens for sure. Like they take information off of their platform, Google, that we don't know of.
you think so?
Oh, of course.
Fuck yeah.
There's stuff they put up there and they probably take down after a certain amount of years or
Like
times
what?
or months. I don't know, just random shit. It could be random. I mean, you can find anything on Google.
That's what
Like,
I'm saying. They
literally.
don't really that I know of. They don't really like.
You can search shoelace and see over 1 million like fucking links to different
Yeah.
places around the world, and I'm gonna guess that they probably delete a couple, like 5 of those, maybe a couple years.
Yeah, but like,
it's just weird.
Here's the thing: the data Google deletes, you don't know what's deleted. Because you don't know what's deleted.
It stays out there. I don't think anything.
I don't think they really delete too much shit.
Everything is tangible. If it's there, it's there.
No, because the thing is,
it's like as soon as it's made, it's like uploaded to the database.
It's there. It's just like really making plastic. It's just like making anything else.
Once you put it on the internet for anyone to look at or click on, as soon as someone looks on it or clicks on it, it'll get saved in that computer's browser history or memory, and you can still delete it, but there are ways around that to actually find out what that computer has looked up.
Someone can find that
information. So once someone clicks on it, they also have the option of manually saving it themselves or recording it or screenshotting or whatever. So like even if you delete it or anything, doesn't mean it's gone.
Right.
Someone kept it, someone else has it, it's not gone. You just don't have it, so you can't spread it anymore.
Like potential power, I would say Google, but like power right now would be like the social media platforms. Just because Google doesn't regulate like shit like that, for real.
The reason is because they don't have the emotional influence these other sites have. Google isn't
addictive.
It's not even that. They're not
like, addictive like social media.
They don't have things on their front home screen. When you type in google.com and on their home screen it just says Google in some weird letters. It doesn't have advertisements. It doesn't have other people's comments.
You said something perfect that I liked, and it's touch on emotion.
Facts.
Instagram tested something out a couple years back. I don't know if you guys remember, where they just dropped everyone's followers and followees and whatever you want to call it to 0. Do you guys remember that?
No.
They tested that out, and like they also tested out taking away the likes.
Yeah,
so you couldn't see the likes. That's
people stopped using it.
That's a social experiment, and like at that point,
they still do it. They don't show the like number.
They kept that one. They kept that one. The one with the followers, I think people did not really agree with, but just imagine everyone had 0 followers. I mean, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like they could just drop your shit and take away whatever they want to take away. At the end of the day, it's just a platform. Yeah. But I mean, I can see the power that it has on emotion for sure.
Yeah. They were talking about how dangerous like algorithms are and stuff. Yeah. I think that's why I think social media is worse, because or more dangerous, because like it has that emotion. Like people get addicted to it, like constantly have to check, blah blah blah. Like you're shifting societal, like I said, morals or just like what they care about. That's what I feel.
No, and people are forgetting how like easily influenced humans are. As a whole. We're primal. We're not. Like, if you really have to look at a huge big picture and the time scale that we're at, and how little we've actually been alive on this planet and dominant as a species. Yeah. Like, this is brand new, and there's so much more to come, but it's probably not going to be in our lifetimes. It's just we're at the baby steps right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're probably gonna. And I think down to 0 and then restart. I think at some point.
What eventually is going to happen is there's going to be more of like a spiritual based upbringing in everyone's life, and everyone's going to be more of it's like a human race works together to keep the planet alive type.
Oh, hell yeah.
Do you want to hear
type of deal? Probably give it a couple hundred years to be honest. Yeah. Because there's too many kinks to work out still. Yeah.
So. Well, I respond to that. I think one thing interesting I heard is Westerners, I guess, are getting not getting less religious, but less organized religious. Like they're switching to forms of like meditation and stuff like that as like a form of spirituality and stuff.
More yoga.
Yeah. Since we're talking about that, but I don't think everybody's ever gonna all get along. I think at some point it was just gonna human race will destroy itself.
Yeah, I think so as well. I just think that I think that eventually civilization. I think we have slowed down, man. As far as just evolving our species, I think we've slowed down.
I think
flying cars is not. That shouldn't be our first priority. We should actually be trying to integrate natural science.
Would be nice.
It would be. It'd be fun, but I think that we should start to
evolving spiritually and like
we should be doing some more.
emotionally as
man.
people.
We need to start doing some more natural like bioscience and just become one with
What do you
our
mean by
environment.
bioscience?
Like just like adapt to our environment and like actually start to care for the earth. Like you said, just like kind of come together a little bit, just to kind of start to progress the human civilization. Because I feel like we haven't had just one dominant power. We haven't had a dynasty. Honestly, I mean,
Overall in the world?
you could. I mean, yeah, you could.
Is that what
you
you're
could,
talking about?
Exactly. You
Yeah.
could argue the USA has been pretty dominant. You could argue
Well,
China
we
has
haven't
been pretty
had
dominant.
one. We haven't had one in a hot minute.
We haven't had like, I think there's been since I guess recorded established human civilization. There's been like I think less than 100 years of what is quantified as peace, because there was no active wars actually happening at the time.
Wait, when?
I think like just spread out throughout.
I'm sure wars.
I think it was
always
around
been
like 50 or 60 years of like actual peace.
I don't know. I doubt it's in the entire world there was peace. Like somebody's got to be fighting somewhere. They just didn't know about it.
Yeah, I agree.
No, like that's what I'm saying. So like they're using the line they're drawing in the sand is war, I guess, between countries. If there's no technical war happening,
When was
then
it?
the world's at. Well, it's not when was it. It's how many times did it happen? How many
doubt
times?
it ever happened.
How many times were there no countries technically at war with one another?
I
And
bet
it's
always
far
happened.
and it's far and few between.
I don't know. I think there's always been war. Because like, even if like,
No, there's always been conflict. I believe that, but I think it has to be organized.
I don't think there's
And-
always been peace though.
Yeah,
No.
there was never peace from the beginning.
No.
From a cell to cell, we devoured each other. That's how we became multicellular species, right? You know, but the way I see the future is, bro, like with technology, everything growing, like we will become one unit as all humans. All right, that's what I think. Like we will eventually like start
synchronize.
yeah, like we're gonna start becoming part of robotics. Then we're gonna
Okay, yeah. Let's get into that because I think the next advancement of human, like since you're talking about advancing humans, I literally think you're gonna be symbiotic with technology.
Yep.
And like AI and
Yep.
stuff.
You
Because
said
like
that so casually.
what?
You said this so casually. Since
The
you're
thing-
talking about advanced humans.
The thing is, it's already happened too. Like pacemakers,
Neuralink.
Oh yeah, for sure.
that controls your
hearing
heartbeat.
aids. Hearing aids. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
we use that shit.
There's
I mean,
all
that's
simple stuff.
I literally feel like that's the advancement of human society. Like it sucks to sound like it because it's a death of a species. If you think it's an evolution into a new type of species, where like maybe it's Neuralink like when we're
But-
babies. Like it sounds fucked up if you think about it.
I guess that
But like at the same time, if you can access an AI at any time, like just like your phone, if you could get on your phone, look at Google Maps, whatever, like it's very dangerous. It's a very dangerous thing because like, especially in I guess, just how humans are, where like we were talking about, like Google wants to know all your data. Like somebody's gonna want to know all the data from little humans.
Yeah, they're gonna start hacking your body.
They're gonna, yeah, that's potential too. It
that's
just
what's already
sounds like
happening too.
it sounds weird to talk about, or if like anybody was taking it in. But like if you actually sit there and think about it, like
It's very deep, man.
people get like legs chopped off.
Yeah.
They get technology. You know,
And we live in America. We're kind of privileged to the fact that we don't see that shit in our streets.
I mean,
Someone getting their
sometimes-
leg chopped off, because that
Oh,
shit
yeah.
actually happens, and body parts are getting sold right there outside your step.
Yeah.
And if you say anything, I will chop your head off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or you can just mind your business. You know, so
Yeah.
it's one of those things where like it's very real other places, and we're kind of privileged that we don't see those things because we have, you know, we've gotten this far, but. You know, it's only time can tell if we can just help those people and like people who are not to the point of like structural societal like standards. Like we have to help out other people. We have to help each other out. And shit.
I just don't think it's gonna happen.
we can see.
Not at this current time. I don't think it will, but it's definitely the right path, the right approach. Is if you
For sure.
Right approach.
if you can help, if you have the
But when-
utilities, the service to, and the time.
When's the
Why not?
last time we've like done anything to advance society besides like change laws, because think about it, like we don't take
The
care of
only thing I've done
As we speak,
no,
they are.
no, like overall we don't take care of the environment.
just show common kindness. Don't fucking throw your trash on the ground. Eventually, like we're gonna have to get to a state where like
We're made of plastic.
No, I mean
most
do
of our
s-
shit
I mean,
isn't gonna
do
be like
something to-
packaged. You know,
I mean, like actually do something to advance, not like not doing something to not digress. You know, like to do something to advance the Earth, I guess, or the planet we live on.
Dude, we're doing it right now.
Some people.
Everybody is.
How?
Look, if you're living, you playing a part. Look.
No, I mean like big scale, like preventative measure things.
Well, here's the thing. Once like a business, right? When you're a small business, you can manage it better than a big corporation, right? But in a small business, you can manage it better. But a big corporation, you have money aside for shit that goes bad, right? You have something prepared for that. With like, if it was a small little town of humans, like same with the business, right? If it was a small town of like a family, you can control that better. But you have a whole country, you'll have bad ones, good ones. You know, you have managements. You know, so that's what I'm saying. Like, it's easier to manage a small than a big.
and that comes
but like,
down
what
to
are we
having
doing to advance society?
that comes down to having the correct individuals at the correct places and the correct times in order to facilitate duties that others can't fucking do because they're unequipped and they're just not of that caliber. Some people are just smarter off rip when they're born. Some people just have these talents. So if you have enough of those people in the right spots, you can coordinate an organized group. Very large. It has happened before.
What was the question?
I said, what can we do to advance? I'm basically saying we don't advance like
So Elon
human
Musk.
society.
So Elon Musk, right? He's already. Like,
I would say he would. He does.
he does.
That's
Yeah,
one
that's what I'm
person.
saying. But we play part of it.
That's not advancing society.
No, he does like the
Dude,
he does like the
people
monorail.
forget-
No,
people
no,
forget,
no,
man.
no,
That's
no.
not advancing
He
society.
does the Neuralink. He does the
We've
rails,
been
the
to
underground.
space before, though. That's my. That's what I'm saying. Okay,
No, he's
so
doing the most out of
the
almost
super
any human.
the super underground speed tunnel or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. The
Neuralink.
rocket to
What about
space.
Neuralink?
Okay, cool.
Do you know what that is?
The car made with batteries. Okay, cool. It talks. It drives for itself,
That's
right?
all- what do you mean? Okay, cool.
Because the thing is, it's not anything new. Well, okay, that's new. That's
They're all
that's
new.
the only thing I would argue that is new.
Yeah.
Is the Tesla car. He did something new there, but the
What
thing
about
is,
Neuralink?
it's not anything new.
Bro, he's putting a chip in your brain. What do you mean?
It's not new.
That's new.
The thing is, like technology,
That is new.
you got to think of it this way.
They did not have a chip in your
We
brain.
we went to space in the 60s, bro.
to the moon.
Yeah, we
He's trying to
did.
go to Mars. We've never been to Mars.
We're not we still haven't been to Mars. That would be an
But
advancement.
we got a lot closer.
He's
We got a lot
testing it
closer.
out. I don't think they officially sent humans to Mars yet.
But
That's
what-
what he's trying to get to. He's getting people into space very quickly.
What are we gonna find on Mars?
Huh?
What we
We don't
gonna find
know.
on Mars?
That's the whole point. You have to explore.
listen,
That's
listen.
humans.
What I'm saying is, like, what I was saying before, we playing a part of this big equation, right? Like Elon Musk, right?
Fuck.
Fuck you. Look, listen. Like Elon Musk, he's making the big
What are we
changes,
talking about
right? He
fighting?
makes the decisions, right? He decides but we're supporting him.
Wait, what? Say that again.
We're
Hold on.
supporting him.
No, the whole thing.
The whole thing.
All right, like back to what I was saying earlier, right? I was like, it's easier to manage big humans, or a small family than a big family, or a big small business to a big business.
Right.
So what I meant by that was we have little power. Right? Elon Musk has a lot of power. Why? Because we give him power. We support him, right? He makes the decision. He's a smart guy. We're not smart like him, all right? But
Right.
he's making improvements, making those, taking those next steps for the mankind, right? So
That's a mentality we should try to adopt.
we can't really.
We can. We just don't actively pursue it.
Yeah.
We're more individualistic.
But it's a little hard to do that, you know.
It's
Dude,
hard. Yeah.
It's insane.
One, we don't have the resources, and
to
one,
unite the earth.
like you don't have the resources or the ability
We
to
have
do
a
it.
brain, and it comes up with ideas.
Yeah,
You
but
gotta
not everybody
execute.
can people have lives, you know. They're
Exactly.
preoccupied with
No,
other shit. Like
exactly.
no
by
man on
surviving.
earth has
That's probably
ever
the
been
issue.
able to unite the entire planet ever
Yeah.
at any point in time on human history. And
Nobody
that's the
can. No man can.
And
that's
people
what I'm saying,
try. They
technology.
tried through sports. They tried through integration, engineering, technology,
Technology, bro.
leadership, politics. But the thing is, you can't lead an entire planet. It's really impossible because at this point, humans are so integrated in what we do every day and like how we run our societies that I mean, the chances of us trying to figure it out versus the chances of us burning before we figure it out, it's just, I think we're gonna burn before we figure it out because
It's more. That's what I think. I think too because like it's more tribal as humans.
It's impossible to figure this stuff out in the short amount of time that we have with where we are now on Earth. So at this point, they're like, oh, you can do things like go skydiving and stuff like this through our advertisement, and it's getting more and more crazy. But at the same time, it's like also our news is getting more and more crazy, more and more wild,
divisive.
The media is getting more and more directive, and it's just like they're leading the cattle.
Like people who are in positions of actual power, they can understand the scope of how much work actually needs to be done better than the average person like me, you and me, because they have access to way more details of what's actually going on, the fucking hard found evidence, the truth behind what you may hear in the news. They know what's actually going on. They know how much work it's actually going to take.
I'm sure they don't even know everything, you know?
Well, they know, I guess, in that country, whatever secrecy they have, whatever rank they have, whatever authentication they might have. And then you got every other country has their secrets from other countries. Like, that's no doubt.
Yeah.
Not every country knows about whatever other country has going on.
Mm-hmm.
But there's just so much work on the lowest level of human establishment that needs to be done that...
Like feeding everybody,
healthcare for everybody, making sure everyone's taken care of, has a good position,
plan.
like everyone likes to say nowadays, a good opportunity to just be able to prove themselves. If it's obviously you're gonna have difficulties no matter what. You can't have everything spoon fed to you.
Right.
Like you have to be able to go through some trials because that in itself is proving yourself. Like that is the test.
I think the only way to take over everything is like through evil shit. You know what I mean? Because you can't like, if you have like a democracy, and like you let people have other opinions, then I don't think it's gonna work out too well for you. If you think about it, like, because that's why like kingdoms and emperors like they're able to like conquer shit and then basically make people conform. That's just how it is.
It's always been that way.
As I said, that's when it comes into play is when people don't have the same level of logical thinking or reasoning as someone else,
or just different opinions. Like,
dude, honestly, after
that,
seeing
at the end of the day, it really comes down to like how you control your emotions, and if both parties had the equal like skill of saying what they need to say in a well.
Are you talking about Dems and Republicans?
Yeah, because I don't think you can have two parties if you want to take over everything.
You have to have one party,
and it have to be like a totalitarian government.
Well, you have to have two parties to come to a compromise. So like it always has to.
You think that it would be two parties? No, that's at the end of this.
Hell no, bro.
No, like you have to have it to begin with. Like it has to happen.
No, there's no way. It's going straight to the top.
Yeah,
baby.
It's going straight to the top. Number one.
What
is? Fabulous is about to be our fucking go-to guy right now.
I was gonna say you can't have.
No, it'd have to be like a takeover. Like I said, like Genghis Khan just takes over everything, and everybody bends the knee to him. Like it'd have to be like that.
It would, yeah.
That's just how it would have to be.
Guess what? He died, and shit changes.
Yeah, he died.
So you're gonna have to have something that is stable enough to withstand thousands of years, hundreds of years, thousands of years, people dying, generations being born, people being able to grow up and be like, okay, yeah, this is fucking.
What if there was like out of every human, one person gets selected through like a random fucking selection generator, and you run the entire like world?
That'd be trash.
What if it's somebody that's...
I think that's what happened last election.
There'd be two. Like, what if they were unkillable? Like, they made them unkillable.
You don't just want some scum in your office, man.
Like immortal?
You don't want some scum.
No, not immortal, but like...
That's 50-50.
You can't kill them.
So immortal?
No, like, they're gonna die eventually.
But you can't kill them, though.
Yeah, you can't kill them. So, like they're locked away.
How many years do they have? 100?
Huh?
Until
they die.
That's actually a weird concept.
So, a human can kill them?
No, nothing can kill them.
You can't kill them.
So, they're immortal?
No.
Only way he can
die
is by
of
age.
natural causes.
Yeah. Or
aging?
natural causes as well.
Yeah, natural causes, nigga.
Oh, okay. So he can like fall off a building and die.
Nah, I mean, like they can't leave the room.
That's natural
I'm
causes.
thinking they can't leave the room. Like, say this is just like all protected, bulletproof, everything, bomb proof, whatever.
And you're in there for how many years?
Until you die, bro. You just have to run society from that
Man,
room.
that's not natural causes. You put some rules.
Dude, they would kill
natural
themselves.
causes is if this nigga falls off the balcony and dies, and that's natural causes.
Yeah, but dude said he can't die.
You can't die,
I
bro.
say
Thank you for listening to the podcast.
Catch y'all later.
Make sure you follow us on Instagram at TKBL Podcast. You can find us on Apple Music or Apple Podcast, Spotify,
All the shit.
Pocket Cast, wherever podcasts are found.
Koala cast.
You can find us on YouTube at the Kickback Lounge Podcast.
Yeah.
Make sure to drop a like, rate us 5 stars, all that good shit. And tune in next time and let us know your thoughts. Comment below. Send us a DM what you want us to talk about.